morning everybody, and it is the morning. It's Sunday the 6th of September today, 6:15 a.m. and I'm up and about because I fancy doing a little bit of fishing this morning in, if I get out of the way, the Avon. Now this is the private stretch I have access to. If you've seen in my previous videos, I tend to zander fish down here. Not zander fishing this morning. What I'm going to do is do a little bit of waggler fishing. It's a nice steady flow in here. It's a nice colour to the water, although it is a little bit clear. But it's a nice colour. So I thought I'd come down. I came and cleared this out yesterday because it's only me and I think one other guy that fishes down here, but by the looks of it, he hasn't been down this year. So as I say, I've come down, cleared this out. One of the couple of pegs really that there are down here. But I've gone the waggler. That's the idea. I've bought my ultralight with me as well in case I'm having a job or the wind picks up or whatever. I'm not sure exactly the forecast. They do change their minds every 20 minutes, don't they? But that's 6:15 a.m. as I say. That's why I'm looking a little bit blurry-eyed and probably a bit incoherent. But we'll have a go anyway. Happy to catch anything, to be honest. I'm sure we'll catch some roach, rudd, bream, perch, who knows what, maybe some chub. So a nice big mixed bag would be good. With that in mind, I've got some bread, some maggots and some worms, and I've also got a little bit of ground bait. It's as our friendly neighbourhood woodpecker. I've got some Angling Bait Company Pro Roach and mixed up with some Pro Irish as well, and a little bit of white crumb in there as well. And there's certainly some fish moving by the looks of it. So I'm going to stop waffling. Sun's on its way up. Beautiful red sky up there. So let's get on with it. Well, first fish of the day. Fantastic. Little roach. It took 10 or 15 minutes to get a response, but finally starting to get a few bites. Brilliant. Wow, 2 casts, 2 bites. It was a little bit bigger. Marginally. Wonderful. Do you know what, guys? They may not be massive roach, but I'm really enjoying this. Wonderful. I'm a bit bunged up. I'm a bit squinty-eyed. But wow. This is fab. just realised I haven't run you through the gear either. I've got my John Wilson Avon Quiver. It's set at 11 foot, although I have to say, for the first time I think ever that I've owned these rods, I wish I'd set this at 13 today, because I've got a tree to my right here, up above me, so I can't do a normal cast. I'm having to sort of cast backhand, and I'm fishing at least 6 foot deep, getting on for 7 foot deep. And it's a bit tricky with a high bank behind me trying to cast this. I could stand up, but I'm being lazy over today. And what I've got on here is a size 18 Drennan Red Maggot hooked to nylon, and I've got a Drake bodied Waggler on. I've just put a bigger one on. Actually, I was struggling to get the distance with the one I had on, but this one is 4.5 AAAs and 5 BB, so it's quite a lot of casting weight there, but it's getting me out, and I've got it set I'm sure you won't be able to see it on here, but it's set to sort of there, so it's very sensitive. It's just popping under, and I'm fishing double red maggots at the moment, but it's working really well. Oh, I didn't mention the reel. The reel I've put on is, I've dug out my, bit of weed on the line there, my close face reel. This is an Abu Garcia. The model is, if I can find it, 704. Love a close face reel. Perfect for this sort of float fishing. And all I'm doing is putting out maybe 10 maggots with a catapult every cast. I'm fishing, don't know, maybe 30 yards out, about just this side of halfway across the river. Putting just a small pouch full of maggots out, maybe 10 maggots every cast, and then about every 10 minutes I'm putting a golf-sized ball of ground bait in, and it seems to be working. Great stamper roach as well in here. Oh, careful, careful. Camera shy. It's worth mentioning, I don't know if I said earlier, I never actually fished like this down here before. It's the first time. Just fancied something a little bit different. I came down and cleared this out. And when I was here, with thoughts of zander fishing really, but when I was here, saw lots of fish topping like that one over there. I thought, we'll give it a go. That felt a bit better. Bumped that off. That's a bit annoying. Just gone a little bit deeper. And just get a few more bites. As I say, I bumped that one off. I'm probably fishing a good 9 foot now, I would say. I haven't plumbed the depth here, but I think it's around 8 or 9 foot. I'm probably on bottom, or dragging bottom just about. Although, having said that, the float's not being dragged under by the bottom. Let's bite a cast now. showing you these fish because I'm a van bought keep net. I'm not a massive fan of keep nets at all, as you know. Used to be back in the day, but not anymore. But these fish are all going straight back. It's much better for you know, the condition of the fish than to be kicking around in a keep net, and there's no need, is there? If I was fishing a much smaller river, then obviously I would, because you don't want to put the fish straight back in to scare all their mates. But here, not an issue at all. That sun has just come up. Hope it doesn't wreck things. A bit better again. Oh no, a nice roach and the pike just grabbed it. Get off, get off, get off. Oi, got him. Ah, sod. Oh dear. Well, much nicer roach, guys. But unfortunately, Mr. Pike grabbed him right on the edge here. Sorry, Mr. Roach. We managed to wrestle him away. I don't know if you saw that. Literally right by the net. Jack grabbed it, about £2. Oh, annoying. Get this hook out and get him back. Sure he'll be okay. It's time to get the predator gear out. I don't mean now, I mean in general. I hope this sun doesn't wreck this sport, because apart from on the horizon, there's not a cloud in the sky. And we're just, well, as you've seen, starting to pick up some better fish. Right, so let's get this out quickly before Mr. Pike grabs it. Oh, roach, roach, roach. This is fantastic. I said during lockdown I was going to target some roach this year. It's like I know where to come. Wow. In the morning sun. Trying to whiz them in quickly so they don't get grabbed by this pike. Ah! Now. That looks very much to me, I may be wrong, I'll have to, I'm not a great expert in these things. I can't, it looks a bit like a skimmer, but it also looks a bit like a silver bream. I'll have to double check that, or look back on the footage. Hard to tell when they're this small. But it's got to me, it's got that funny look about it. Doesn't look quite right to be a skimmer. And there are some silver bream along here, so it may well be. It's definitely likely, because I've caught them that way and I've caught them that way from here. So, could well have been. Oh, we're getting some bites now. But one way to tell is the eye, the size of the eye, and that didn't look like it had a particularly big eye, which I would expect with a silver bream, which makes me think maybe it was just a skimmer. I hope this isn't what I think it is. It is. Bleak, my nemesis. I think if there's bleak around, I need to start feeding a little bit heavier to make sure some maggots get through them. Fella. That looks, now that looks like a hybrid to me. Although again, at this size, it's hard to tell, but it's definitely got some bream in it, but it's far too roach shaped to be a bream. Sort of roach shaped, but a bit slimy, and a bit of a scrap as well, which is a trait of hybrids. Oh, that's it, it's bright now. What we got this time? A roach. It's like a lucky dip. What are you going to get next? Oh, just about a lifter. Probably the biggest roach of the day. Oh, very lively as well. Fantastic. There we go. Oh, this feels a little better. I'm trying to bully it out really, because like I say, now that's a hybrid, I'm sure. Yeah, see, I'm sure that's a hybrid. It looks very roach shaped. However, it's got, careful. It's got the long anal fin, the bream. Definitely a hybrid. And very yampy, as we say around here. What a morning fishing this is. Never, or very rarely, but till recently, do this sort of fishing. It's absolutely wonderful. I sat here for 20 minutes feeding and not getting any response, and when you haven't fished a stretch before with these tactics, I was thinking, I think I might be wasting my time here. Clearly not. Literally getting bite of chuck. And as you know, you watch my channel, clearly. Don't do this sort of fishing, generally. No expert. I'm not doing anything special. Chucking a waggler out. Chucking some maggots out. And a little bit of ground bait. That's a proper roach. Proper shape. He's still down there, that little pike. He nearly had this fella. We just changed over to a single white maggot. Doesn't seem to have made a difference. I'm feeding reds and whites. Just be careful, that pike's still down there. We should encourage him to leave. Go on, clear up. Oh no, not again. Ooh. Very wriggly looking skimmer there. Might have a little bit of roach in him. A bit too long to be a proper skimmer. Definitely very yampy as well, I can tell. So stroppy. Hybrids. I think that's probably a hybrid. It's a bit too long, isn't it, to be a true bream that size. Oh gosh, first perch of the day. No, get out of there. Oh wow. A few bigger ones showing up now. trying to drag them out of this water quickly because of this pike that's hanging about down there still. That's why I'm lifting some of these fish. I should probably be putting a net under them, but I don't want the pike to grab them. I've scared him out of the edge here, but I think he's just hanging about down with those lilies now. Fantastic. Absolutely loving this. Absolutely loving it, as you can probably tell. I don't think it's even 8 o'clock yet. We're getting some better ones now. Well, certainly the biggest one of the day. They're all really wriggly today. There we go. Lovely roach. What's some fishing this morning? Fantastic. That's a bit better. What this is, keep it away from that pike. I thought that was a big roach when I struck into it. Never mind. Very welcome. If you excuse my netting today, guys, but I really am trying to get these fish out of the water. Really trying to get them out of the water as fast as possible, because this pike, I'm sure, is still hanging about down there. He's going to grab anything I leave in there for more than a few seconds. Wow. Seems to be going in cycles where I'm getting bites from. I was getting bites, as I said, crossed by that bush over there, in the shadow of that bush, I should say, the reflection. And then it came much further up, and I thought, oh, the fish have come up with the feed. But now I'm getting bites much further down the swim. So maybe that the fish have backed off a bit. Perhaps they followed the feed up and then they've backed off. Who knows? Fortunately, the wind's holding off. We had a bit of a breeze earlier and it's dropped again. Did make things very, very tricky. Yeah, that's it. A bit better. Skimmer. Is it a hybrid? Yeah, it looks like a hybrid to me. Bit of a red eye, bit of a roachy shape, but got that long anal fin. Hybrid, I think. Superb. Well, some bigger ones are showing up. Tried various combinations of colours of maggots and bread. I've even tried bread and haven't tried worms, but double red maggot seems to be the way to go this morning. This feels a lot heavier. It's not really fighting. Get up. Oh. Well, once again was Mr. Pike. Just grabbed hold of this unfortunate fella. That felt quite big from the off, so I think that he must have grabbed that out there. And I think that's a rudd. First rudd of the morning. Well, I think that's probably the biggest one of the day so far. Definitely gonna have to come here and have a dusk session. I think it might be worth doing what I'm doing now if we can find a nice day when there's not too much wind, and do perhaps a bit of waggler fishing till it gets dark, and then we'll perhaps get on the ultralight, see if we can pick up some bigger fish as well. Another hybrid. Just look very breamy, but they haven't got that really deep body of bream. I mean, I know small bream don't, but they're not quite true bream. That one was mostly bream, but definitely had a bit of roach in there. Ooh, bit of dace. Not your typical dace stretch of water, but it's nice. Superb. Definitely gonna have to come back. There's this many smaller roach around. I'm sure there's got to be some bigger ones. So don't get me wrong, some of these are nice roach, but I'm not complaining at all. Very, very much not complaining. It's been a wonderful, wonderful couple of hours. About 3 hours now of fishing. Very unexpected as well. I'm sure there must be some bigger roach around. I can't imagine for a minute I'm going to catch them in the sunlight at 9:30 in the morning. And I'm sure this is a result of the otters having been around for certainly 3 years, perhaps 4 years here. And the biomass of the river is completely changing. You know, you've heard me bemoaning the fact that all the barbel are being taken, and that's true. When they used to be carping here as well, and they seem to have pretty much disappeared. But I think the biomass is moving towards, you know, silvers, roach, and that's why we've got lots of predators as well. We've got lots of zander and lots of pike, because there's lots of smaller fish. So the otters are certainly changing the river. As I said, I'm not going to go, as I said previously, I'm not going to particularly get into the otter argument, although, you know, I do like casting barbel, and I am now unable to target them on the stretches near my house, because 19 times out of 20 I'll blank. But I'm sure that, you know, not everyone wants to go barbel fishing. Lots of people like catching roach and chub and bream. Certainly the match guys and most of the clubs in this area are match-based clubs. And I'm sure those blokes are loving it, because there does seem to be plenty of silvers in the river. Catching some cracking fish every cast. They've moved right down the swim now. They're holding over there. Same place every time now. And unfortunately I can't cast directly down there because of this tree that's above me, that I've already managed to put my gear in twice. Well, that's definitely a skimmer. Another hybrid. Can't finish on a hybrid, can we? Well, I think we can definitely finish on him. Wonderful stuff. Absolutely fantastic. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that half as much as I did, because I've had an absolutely brilliant morning. It's about 9:45 now, so we've had 2.5 hours, and goodness only knows how many fish I caught. I mean, obviously I'm not going to show you every fish I caught, because I've had a fish from about, I would say, 7:15 till 9:45. I've had a fish pretty much every cast. So clearly, as I say, I'm not going to show you every fish, but absolutely stacked, and the vast majority have been roach. really been a wonderful morning's fishing. So what I shall do, as I said, is definitely head back here to do a similar thing at dusk, and then fish on into dark with the probably the ultralight. Definitely worth doing, I think, with this sort of little exploratory session. You know, if you view my channel, you'll have seen me down here before, but I always come down here predator fishing. But I've never come here and done a session such as this. I used to do a little bit of feeder fishing back in the day here, catching big chub and big bream. But yeah, wow, what a session that is. I've really enjoyed that, and catching on the Waggler, it's been absolutely wonderful. Really enjoyable method as well. So, home time. All there is left to do is say thank you very much for watching. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling, stay safe, and I'll see you again very soon.